season 1 ended with a bit of a time jump. It's now 6 months later. It's the winter. And the 4 of you literally just leapt out of a plane and are currently parachuting, or if you're a war angel, flying down to Fairfield, Maine. You have been invited or perhaps just dispatched there by the Boston Blittle League traveling team, because apparently there are vampires in this beautiful town. But before we get to that, we've got a little bit of bookkeeping I want us to do.
Ooh.
So first and foremost, I need the chat to weigh in.
Oh, boy.
Now, the traveling team is made up of, so Blittle League, you have to be between 9 and 11 to play, unless you're on the traveling team. If you're on the traveling team, you can play at 12 years old as well. So instead of starters and shadows, you have 12ers and then everybody else. And so I want us, this team that's parachuting into Fairfield, Maine, is not just Zlobs, Mindy, Darby, and Morgan. We've got a few other people as well. We've got Susie Chen, we've got Inbound, and we've got 2 other players. And I'm going to let the chat weigh in on who it is. The chat is going to determine which 11-year-old left fielder has made the traveling team. So, Joey, would you mind putting a poll in the chat? Your options are Plank Tanaka, Morgan Woodstock's cousin and captain of the Charlestown Cosmos, or Rodrigo Laserbeam. Left fielder, Waltham Windflowers, expert marksman with a laser rifle. There was only enough room on the team for one 11-year-old left fielder, and Chad, it's going to be up to you to determine who it is.
Ooh.
Is it 11-year-old or a 12-year-old?
11.
Oh.
Plank and Rodrigo are both 11. Alas, Yellow Man for real, Susie Chen. There's only one Susie Chen.
Susie Chen too.
We have to make do.
Poll has been polled.
Excellent.
Go vote. 2 minutes.
So let's talk about that other player. No, we'll save that for a game. What? Here's the other bookkeeping we need to do. So this is invisible to those of you watching live or listening to it, but each of the players has been given a little highlighted red section of their character sheet. Mm-hmm. And so we're just going to go and kind of resolve those, because before season 2 starts, everyone gets a little gift. We'll start with Zlobs.
Hey, what's up?
Zlobs, your war van was impounded by the Blittle League Office of Tactical Inventions and Bake at Home Pizza Sales. You do not have it anymore, and in point of fact, you're never going to get it back. Reason being is whether or not you've made peace with the Blittle League Office of Tactical Inventions or not, that's a story for another week. Mm-hmm. Even if you did, they took one look at it and said no human being should be driving
That's
this.
Fair. That's fair. Unfortunately, a lot of Zlob-centric memories are very dirty.
Indeed.
And sticky and permanent.
Yeah, there are strains of bacteria that science has yet to fully understand living in the microwave of the war van. What that means instead is you're going to get 2 options. And these 2 options will come from either the Blittle League Office of Tactical Interventions or another agency that you're working with if you did not make your amends. So your options are this. Mm-hmm. A new truck, van, or car. Mm-hmm. Or you get to keep that anti-material rifle from season 1.
Oh, the anti-material rifle or a new vehicle.
All right. Truck, van, or car?
Oh, what's the difference?
Well, the aesthetics for one.
Okay.
The truck is going to be great off-road, and you'll be able to drive it in the mud, drive it in the swamps. The van, like the war van you had now, has a lot of room on the inside. You can keep a lot of stuff in there. And car goes fast.
Ooh, car. I do like fast. I also like off road. Is this okay? If it's from the tactical office of intervention, it's a truck. If it's from the traveling team, it's like an economical car.
You tell me. Did you make peace with the travel? Did you make peace with the tactical interventions office or not?
I did.
It is a truck.
Ooh.
Congratulations. I need you to choose two good things about this truck. Room. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put them in the chat because it is because I want the chat to be involved. It's one of the many reasons why listening to this show live is fantastic.
If you're listening on a podcast, exploitsub.live to watch on Tuesdays 8 p.m.
So the options for the good things are in the chat. Please select 2.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh, it's definitely armored and roomy.
It's armored and roomy.
It's like a battleship on the road.
Yep. And now you have to pick bad things, which I also listed. You only pick one. You get 2 good and 1 bad.
Oh, I think I know the answer to this.
Oh, is it? What was the old one was beaten up, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's very temperamental.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I think the reason
big, armored, and temperamental. That's
I think the reason why is because I think of the weight distribution. Like a lot of stuff got stripped out of this truck in order to make it like an armored tank of a truck, and so it's top heavy. The shocks and struts are always out of alignment. The thing is caked in mud all the time. But yeah, it's not terribly loud or obvious. Remarkably, that's what's great about it. All right, the war van has been replaced by the battle truck. Congratulations,
battle truck. That's an upgrade for me, baby.
Mindy Mathers. Let's go to yours. In season 1. You got the information for Burke Whimsy's secret credit card.
Right.
What did you buy with it?
What did I buy?
Mm-hmm.
That's private. Okay, fine.
I'll leave.
I bought an above ground pool.
Oh my god.
It was so hot. It was so hot last summer. And it was an emergency. Our air conditioning broke. I have a Nana. I needed that above ground pool. And I ordered it to be set up in my backyard.
All right, I have added above ground pool to your character sheet. Congratulations on the above ground pool.
Does that translate into +1 cool?
It translates into everyone having a really nice time when it gets just a little bit warmer.
We'll have a pool party.
Absolutely.
Season 2 pool party.
The Woodstock's house has some competition for sleepovers now.
Morgan, we'll go to you next. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm not giving you a choice. I'm giving you a new mechanic, which is this. The Boston traveling team has equipped you with something called a stunt camera. What that means is because of your magical skills, which are fairly rare, you are constantly kind of broadcasting data about your power and how you use it so that the traveling team can study it and give you advice. Here's how the mechanic works. Every time you use your power in a way you've never used it before, you're going to get +1 to the roll. So what that means is if you stunt your power into doing different things, you're going to get +1 to your weird roll every time.
Ah, cool. Thank you.
Indeed. Do not let that dissuade you from just using it to blow stuff up, by the way. But, use it as you choose. Darby, you do get a choice. Now, you have a magical satchel. It has been with you forever, for as long as you've been in the world. It's normally empty. You kept a miracle in there for a while, but it's been empty. You haven't really been keeping anything in it. But one day you discovered something in there. What did you discover in your satchel?
Ooh.
It was a Polaroid picture.
Mm-hmm.
Which is weird. I thought maybe that I had just like, I don't know, like been looking at a picture on my wall and accidentally put it in there or something. But then I put it back in, and every time I take it out, it's a picture of something different.
Whoa.
So I thought I should keep it with me.
Indeed. I will determine how the mechanics of that work in a little bit. But yeah, you have a Polaroid that looks a little different every time. Very different pictures every time you put it in and take it out. How this will come into play, or if it does, will be a matter for the future. Perfect. How'd that poll do, by the way?
Paul, thank you. I saw it go very in one direction.
Yeah.
The results are 8-3 in favor of Rodrigo Laserbeam.
Rodrigo Laserbeam, expert marks person, is your 11-year-old left fielder. Awesome. So let's talk about Fairfield, Maine. First and foremost, I'll ask all of you: are you parachuting in at night or during the day?
Nighttime.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a night drop. Night. Now, are you parachuting in to meet someone or to go in clandestinely? So, are you meeting someone or are you not meeting anyone?
Not meeting anybody. It's just us in secret.
Gotcha.
Yeah. They gave us the coordinates. The plane went right over. It was a quick in and out for them. We were supposed to land right in this very specific spot and go.
And that you did.
It took forever to fall down. Morgan, are we down yet? Morgan, are we
Zlobs,
down yet?
no, stop jiggling your cord, Zlobs.
Are we down? It's making me fall faster.
No!
So, yeah, this is Zlobs recently learned what a halo jump is, which is a high altitude, low opening parachute jump, which Coach Xylophone said was entirely unnecessary. Just get out of the plane and pull your parachute right away. So there's a lot of floating, and as you drift gracefully into a field outside of Fairfield, Maine, you kind of get a sense of the town. It's it's almost a charmingly, even at night, just a charmingly quaint New England town. It's small. It has a small town center with beautiful buildings in it. You can't necessarily make out every one, but you see strange and beautiful roof lines, not square, boxy downtown office buildings, but every building here seems to have a lot of character. It's a town that could best be described as lovingly built over a couple of centuries. Parachuting down with the four of you, Zlobs, Mindy, Darby, and Morgan, are, as mentioned, Susie Chen. So actually, let's talk about them. Zlobs, 11-year-old catcher. Mindy, 11-year-old second base person. Darby, 11-year-old shortstop. Morgan, 11-year-old starting pitcher. Inbound, 12-year-old first base person. Rodrigo Laserbeam, 11-year-old left fielder. And finally, someone that you've gotten to know a little bit over your practices with the traveling team. He's the 12-year-old third base person. You remember him vaguely from like a couple of years ago in Little League. His name is Andrew Ababio. And he seems like an almost troublingly normal 12-year-old, if there is such a thing as normal. In that you're kind of looking and says like, okay, well, can he fly? Can he like phase through walls? Like, is he talking to an unseen demon? No, he just, he plays video games, but that's not that's not like his thing. He's a very good Blaseball player, but all of you are. Mm-hmm. The only thing you get a sense of with him that's out of the ordinary is his left hand. He always has a glove on his left hand, a rather large glove, like a big kind of, like it's not even glove? A leather. It's like this thick wool glove over his left hand. But aside from that,
is it a secret why he always wears it?
It absolutely is.
Oh no!
I'll find out.
Is he a righty or a lefty?
He is a righty. The glove's on his left hand. Okay. Mindy, 2d6 plus weird, please.
A good way to make new friends is getting to know their secrets. Mm-hmm. 10.
Oh.
Perfect. So I will give you the entire story, and it's good. So under that glove is another glove. That glove is covered in ancient protective runes. Mm-hmm. So the glove kind of locks his left hand, or whatever is inhabiting his left hand, in place. If he was to take off that runic protective glove, his left hand is capable of great destruction. The good news is, 1, it's somehow holy, and 2, he can control it. If you got any less on that roll, those things would not be true. So, Mindy, how much of this you've told Darby is entirely up to you, of course. Your secrets are your own. But yeah, the fact of the matter is...
So is everyone else's.
The fact of the matter is, you're pretty sure that Andrew Ababio's left hand was some kind of gift from an angel.
Huh.
Why he has it, you don't know. How long he's had it, tough to say. But it is holy. It has been suffused with some kind of great and divine purpose. You just don't know what it is.
Well, I don't like to spread my secrets around because other people's business is their business, and also mine to know. But what I've been doing is just sort of hinting at Darby, sort of very, very subtly, subliminally, hinting to Darby that, that her and Andrew might have something in common, or something like, I wonder if you're not the first angel Andrew's met, or I wonder if an angel gifted Andrew with something at some point. Maybe it has something to do with that glove he always wears, but I don't know. Stuff like that. Really subtle.
Casual.
So subtle, Mathers.
Casual.
Yep.
So yeah, this is a team of 1, 2, 3. There's a team of 8 of you. So this is kind of twice as heavy as you normally roll. And that the sense you get, this is your first mission with the traveling team, but that's the sense you get as to how the traveling team works, is it's always going to be a mix of the 9 to 11-year-olds and the 12-year-olds, but it's going to be one of every position, because you're going to need to be able to field a team if you happen to have a game during. So
I'm sorry, what? This might be a random game during
potentially, but
Blaseball can happen at any time.
If it can, but if half the team is on a mission, the other half can field a team and actually play some Blaseball.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So missions can sometimes go a little longer than expected.
Yes, indeed. And so let's talk about this one. I will let each of you. Now, this is going to be essentially the briefing you got as you were kind of loading into the C-130 Hercules that the Boston traveling team flies around with, the big Petunia. So what we have for free is that we know that Fairfield, Maine apparently has some kind of vampire problem. Mm-hmm. and that you needed to parachute in at night, unseen, to begin your investigation. That's what we know, because that's what we've established. Everything else that you're going to know coming into this, you're going to ask me right now. Each of you get one question.
Is the vampirism affecting only the citizens of Fairfield, or is it affecting the animals, creatures, or are they external?
So the vampirism, such as it is not the fact that there are a bunch of vampires. The vampirism that has drawn the attention of the traveling team is the fact that the traveling team, based on, well, you'll find out if you choose to follow this avenue, is whoever alerted the traveling team believes that the vampire problem is that there is a vampire controlling the town with mind control. Or at least some elements of the town. So it's just affecting people.
Cool.
Is there anything to do with weather in this case? Explicitly blood rain and/or Mike the Blood Cloud?
Thankfully not. The thing is, this issue didn't spring up after a blood rain or anything like that. It sprung up out of something fairly mundane. But the weather is as clear and crisp as you would prefer it to be for your investigation.
What are the vampire's greatest vulnerabilities?
So generally speaking, a vampire's greatest vulnerabilities are, they're kind of a mix of things you know, and there are a lot of lies that have been told about vampires that would, that make you think they're weaker than they are. So, common beliefs about vampires are that, they can turn into bats. That's not necessarily true. Mm-hmm. They are allergic to garlic. That's not necessarily true. Mm-hmm. They have a problem with holy things. That is true. They can't go out during the day. That's sort of true. Sun makes them uncomfortable and it dampens their powers. But it doesn't necessarily make them burst into flames or anything. So they can affect mind control over people, via suggestion or incredible persuasion. They can travel around during the day, but it's uncomfortable. Their weaknesses include holy water, holy vestments, prayer if it is meaningful and heartfelt. They're fine with garlic, of note. There are lots of Italian vampires. In fact, vampires love Italy. And they eat garlic all the time. But yeah, so their weaknesses are holy things. And also technically, and this has something to do with their mind control and charisma, they are apprehensive to break into a home. Mm-hmm. So it's not just they need to be invited in. If you invite them in, they'll come in. And they probably could break into a home if their life depended on it. But for whatever reason, there's some kind of weird vampiric etiquette that generally stops them from doing so.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe I'm a vampire. Every time I eat garlic, I just sweat garlic for 2 days. It's very gross.
Stop
and from Ditto from Discord in the chat, stakes from the heart affect vampires as they affect pretty much everyone else, which is it kills them.
The citizens of this town, what was the sort of main or the first unusual behavior that was reported that drew the attention?
So this is the good intel that you get in detail. You learn why you're being called. So the town of Fairfield, Maine is a beautiful town, and it's very close to the town of Waterville, Maine. Waterville, Maine is the home of Colby College. The issues started when a number of professors and staff at Colby College that lived in Fairfield didn't show up on campus one morning. The dean of the college drove to Fairfield and was met on the town line by those very same professors and staff that didn't show up, who all immediately requested verbally and in person to the dean sabbaticals and vacations. The uniformity of the requests led the dean to believe that there was some kind of vampire cabal or vampire elder enacting mind control. Because why would 40 people from a town and no one else immediately say, yes, we would all like a sabbatical of extended nature. Right now, we do not want to leave our town. And so the dean's guess was vampires based on the dean's research.
Hey, Darby.
Yes, Zlobs?
Can you bless my grenade?
Yeah.
Great.
Give it to
Do
me.
it. Okay. I hand Darby my entire bandolier.
Oh, the whole...
Oh.
Oh, you
gonna
put it
be
on?
here-
Cool.
I'm just going to fly up still about 10 feet in the air on my
I feel
own
so exposed.
and take out my sword and just do two circles around it. And then
It is a solemn yet still beautiful proceeding. And Zlobs, your grenades have been officially anti-ocked. Congratulations.
Wow.
So, in terms of how this proceeds, all of this is entirely up to you. What you do, where you plan on staying, how you want to uncover all of this, ultimately what's going to happen. All of this is up to you. What I have is, at this point, 1,000 words of prep. So whatever it is you want to do, whatever you say the plan was the plan all along.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever you want to talk to, whatever you want to do, wherever it is you plan on staying, your home base, anything, was the plan.
So we might be pulling an all-nighter tonight because the
Yeah.
plan was to track the vampire during the nighttime and then prep to attack at dawn so that as the sun's rising, the vampire is weakened.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
So
the first step is getting coffee.
Yeah. we arrived basically at just after the golden hour, so we could land in town, grab a cup of coffee, and get ready for watch.
Sure.
Zlobs just discovered coffee.
Yeah,
He's all about it.
Oh my God, there's texture and nuance to it. It's really something.
Oh, no, it's mostly milk and sugar.
Yeah.
Coach Xylophone did make us when she heard that we were going to go get coffee first, and she kind of shook her head, and then she gave us uniforms for the local school, the local private school, and said that if we were going to be in public before we started tracking, that we had to wear the uniforms.
Yep.
Gotcha. So you all uniform up,
Mhm.
and you get some coffee. So let's talk a little bit about Fairfield, Maine, as you kind of stow all your gear and various weaponry somewhere safe, and you start wandering around. The population of Fairfield, Maine, is 6,500. Benedict Arnold, way back, led colonial troops through this area to the Battle of Quebec in 1775, a battle that the Americans lost. Fairfield, Maine, used to be a lumber and textiles town. These days, it has some manufacturing that's still sticking around, but is a bedroom community for Waterville. The downtown is the most interesting and busy, though there are buildings up and around. There's a river that Fairfield is against with a couple of islands in the river, including a park. And then there's kind of a ridge line, and there are buildings up there. But if you're looking for coffee and to start getting a lay of the land, heading downtown is what you would prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are two places to get coffee. There is a small chain coffee shop, And also there's a place called the Gerald Hotel, which has a restaurant, and in that restaurant is a coffee kind of a coffee station.
We should go to the hotel.
You think they have pizza?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe information, but also pizza.
Yeah,
it would
that's
be a
fair.
good choice as well.
I'm very hungry.
Well, let's get dinner and coffee and ask around.
Okay.
Indeed. The Gerald Hotel. The Gerald Hotel is a Greek revival hotel of brick and stone. For those of you that want a visual aid, feel free to Google the Gerald Hotel, Fairfield, Maine.
Oh.
The difference...
you went all out. You created Google searches and wiki pages for it.
The difference between the Gerald Hotel of, say, the Audience World and the Gerald Hotel of this world is that the Gerald Hotel of this world never closed. So if you see it, in your search, that's what it looks like now. It's a Greek revival hotel of brick and stone. It is a hotel and center of local activity. There are conferences, galas, shopping. As you're walking up to this beautiful building, you see, kind of placards against the side, as if it was like a theater, kind of advertising what's going on. There's going to be a winter ball in a few weeks. There's going to be, another placard has like a wedding that's going to be hosted there in a week. And what's interesting is there's a doorman here. And when you walk into this beautiful lobby, you see that kind of to the left is a bell desk and a concierge. And the Gerald Hotel is a hotel, a working hotel. And then to the right is the kind of the restaurant of the Gerald Hotel. And it's got this little kind of coffee shop within it, but it also has this beautiful restaurant. And it is fancy, but still casual. 8 of you all walk in school uniforms. And the person at the front desk looks at all of you. 8 for dinner?
Zlobs, stop hitting the bell.
Yes.
It's fun.
Yes, please. 8 for dinner. Thank you.
And 8 for dinner it is. The doorman and one of the porters at the hotel spend the entire time staring at Zlobs and talking to us like, is he staying here? And eventually you're all whisked into the dining room. The dining room is
we were whisked. Who whisked us away?
You are whisked. You are whisked by the maitre d'.
Oh.
And you sit now. Is this a weekend or during the week?
Oh, weekend.
During the week.
Oh.
It's a Friday, so both.
Hey, there it is. So
Friday is still during the week. It's still a homework night.
It's true. Yep. So hopefully you can wrap up this whole vampire infestation by school on Monday.
Zlobs technically starts his weekend on Friday morning, so my choice.
It's true. I have a lot of absent days from school. Mm-hmm. They're all on Friday.
Yes, indeed.
I'm gonna pull the maitre d's little I guess like aprony thing.
Pull it off.
You can just wave your hand.
Oh, sorry. Can
I help you?
Yes. Do you have any cola and cheese pizza? Do y'all serve that here?
Your waiter will be with you in a moment.
Oh, okay. How long do we? Oh, okay.
Morgan,
I'm so hungry.
Morgan, you need a
Morgan,
snack?
get off the chair.
No. Very hungry. Okay, fine.
we're very sorry about her, Mademoiselle. She's very hungry.
I understand. I'll send the waiter by presently.
Thank you.
And as is often the case when 8, 11, and 12-year-olds are sitting at a restaurant, a waiter steadies themselves and walks over. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the restaurant at the Gerald Hotel.
Pizza!
Yeah,
all right. So yes, menus are passed around, except for you, Morgan. You get one, but a pizza comes out in about 5 minutes while you're still all viewing the menu.
Ooh, they have
This
truffle
place
oil on it.
is busy. It's a Friday night, and this is the popular place in town. So there's kind of a restaurant bar in here. It looks like it's full of locals, kind of chatting. Everyone in here is a little dressed up, not jacket and tie by any stretch, but they didn't walk in wearing flip-flops. Everyone in here is dressed intentionally, even if it's just a pair of jeans. And so you kind of get a sense of the town a little bit. You see people that look well-to-do that are sitting in a booth that they've clearly sat in many times before. You see, parents and their kids out for like their one fancy dinner of the week or fancy dinner of the month. This place is serving everything from lobster thermidor to cheese pizza. It knows its audience.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, you can gather much from just kind of looking around. Orders are placed, and this dinner and coffee could be as much work or not work as you prefer.
Oh, as soon as we get our menus, I ask Darby to order me the fish stick plate, and I'm going to get right to work.
Indeed. So Mindy, you could be using 2d6 plus weird to investigate a mystery. So roll 2d6 plus weird, and you'll have access to the investigate a mystery list of questions.
Excellent. I'm just sort of going through everybody's mind like it's a dryer trying to find a sock. You know what I mean? Just sort of looking for anything suspicious or vampire related. That's going to be a 10.
All right. You can ask 2 questions from the investigate a mystery list.
Investigate a mystery. What here is being concealed?
In this room, the thing that is most being concealed is there is a couple in the corner at a table. In fact, that couple that's been sitting, that clearly that's their table. They are of indeterminate middle age. Sometimes with adults, you kind of get a sense, they're between 30 and 60 somewhere. And these folks look like they're somewhere between 30 and 60. But the sense you get from their memories is that they are much older. And by much older, I mean much older.
Whoa.
Okay. Well, let's maybe focus in on that couple and ask what here is not what it seems.
Specifically about that couple?
Yes.
It's a man and a woman, and you believe they are married. So the shorthand is the husband is sick, and he's hiding it.
Hiding it from the woman?
No, hiding it from everybody else. Every so often, someone will come by, the waiter that's clearly served them a million times, various people from town that kind of, tip their hat or nod or say a word or two. The husband is digging down deep to salvage the energy to engage in conversation. He doesn't want to let on, so to speak.
That's sad.
What's sad?
Yeah.
What?
You said that's sad.
Sad.
I ordered the fish sticks.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
no.
look very crunchy.
No, the fish
I'll
sticks
eat 'em.
are sublime, Darby. Thank you so much.
I even got you all
Do you
4 of the
want-
dipping sauces you wanted.
Yeah, well, I like
One for each stick.
one for each stick. I don't want to eat more than one stick of the same sauce.
That's
What
fair.
did everyone get, by the way?
I got a cheese pizza, but it came soaked in truffle oil, and I didn't eat it.
Oh no.
I got the fancy grilled cheese that has burned into it the face of Stanley Tucci. I don't know how to do
Famed
it.
bon vivant Stanley Tucci.
I had a very layered meal.
Mm,
A base layer pizza,
yep.
second layer hamburger,
Mhm.
third layer hot dog, fourth layer chicken nuggets.
Ah, indeed, nice.
Mhm.
Andrew and Susie split the truffle pizza, while Morgan, you get whatever you choose to get after being disappointed in the unasked drizzle of truffle oil. And yeah, so
That was nice, Morgan.
Yeah. Thanks. That was nice of you to give me half of one of those fish sticks.
No problem.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
Are you enjoying your hamburger layer?
Yeah,
Zlobs?
it's a culinary adventure. I'm having a great time, but also I really like this coffee. It's really distasty. I like French vanilla, but it tastes really good. And I put like 4 squirt. It's a lot of French vanilla.
Whoa.
I don't want to ruin everyone's meal, but when everybody's ready to get down to business, just let me know.
Oh, I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's a couple in the corner, and they're very old, much older than they seem. One of them is sick, and he's trying to hide it. I'm not sure why.
Oh, okay. I walk up to the person.
I get up at the same time as Morgan.
Yeah.
Okay, so Morgan and Darby, the two of you head over.
I do see that Morgan's going, so I'm gonna go pretend to bust the table next to there so that it's not.
Sure.
I'm gonna cede to her.
We'll yes, perfect. We'll keep the camera on the table of the remaining Little Leaguers for just 1 second.
Mhm.
So yeah, Zlobs and Mindy, you are kind of eating and chatting and watching Morgan and Darby begin, shall we say, active and two-directional surveillance.
And if they run, I'll tackle them.
Yeah. But in the meantime, Susie, Inbound, Andrew, and Rodrigo are all just kind of chatting with you. It's the Andrew is kind of most interested in the mission, and was very attentive as Mindy was kind of laying everything out, whereas Susie, Inbound, and Rodrigo are kind of being present and enjoying the meal, so to speak. But Andrew looks at you, Mindy, and says, "So, psychic?"
What?
Or observant?
Oh, she reads people's minds.
Well, I guess technically that could be either. Depends on how observant you are. Is it rude to ask?
No, it's okay. My Nana gave me this brain that works a little differently than everybody else's. And I can hear what other people are thinking if I concentrate. Most of the time, I kind of feel the whispers of it all around me. And if I do a really good job, I can dig for more. Oh, and I can do this. I'll put a little message in his head that says, hello.
Susie Chen lets out as close to a chuckle as she probably ever will at that, while kind of spinning a chicken tender through her fingers. Sometimes she puts big messages in people's brains too.
Big messages?
And so Andrew looks at Susie, who just said that. Big messages, not just hello?
Yeah, I guess like I can say thoughts, or I can kind of make them seem like they come from the person who's thinking them, or I can also sort of change people's personalities if I kind of mess a few things around enough.
She one time put the entire book of The Giver in my brain. It was very convenient.
Inbound kind of spins his head on like the within the aluminum casing that his head sits on, and looks at you. Was it for a test?
Yeah.
How did you do?
I did pretty good. Nice. I knew the whole book.
Zlobs thought he could just watch the movie.
Yeah, movie not as good as the book. Honestly, a introspective view into a perfect society and about censorship.
Wow,
Profound.
Yeah. Also, Mindy put her interpretations of the book into my brain as well.
Oh.
This is Inbound. When I was programmed, my personality was hard-coded into my circuits, so I do not believe that any mind control would work on me. However, also programmed into my circuits is one of the largest private libraries in the world. So I have read The Giver. Technically, I'm reading The Giver right now.
Oh, how is it?
It is excellent. As good as the first time I've read it.
That is very impressive.
What a twist. I just got to say, the twist, I didn't see it coming.
And with that, Inbound spins his head totally around once. Quite the twist.
Oh, I see.
He waits for laughter. So all of you are having a lovely time, and you look to the kind of the maitre d's desk, and just at that, like in a natural lull, a natural kind of quiet lull in the conversation, the big revolving doors of the the Gerald Hotel kind of spin with a burst of cold air, and in strides a man. Wide brimmed hat, long black coat. Though you don't think it's snowing outside, somehow there was a bit of snow that he kind of dusts off. Walks up to the maitre d's table, kind of razor sharp eyes, sharp features. Kane with like a big orb on it, and he like whispers something to the maitre d', and the maitre d' goes into the back and returns with his takeout order. And then he kind of very dramatically takes the bag.
Where's he going? where's
2d6 plus
he headed?
Weird, please.
Where's that guy headed? 8. I guess I'm trying to tune in if I had to name it.
He is going to a large... I will give you information with very little context.
Okay.
He is going to a very large black house.
Okay.
Victorian spires, outskirts of town.
All houses are black at night.
He looks at all of you and kind of makes a moment of eye contact with you, Mindy.
Oh, no.
And then kind of turns and with a big sweep of his coat leaves.
Hide me.
Okay, I jump on Mindy. Ha!
Okay, that's good.
Elsewhere in the restaurant, Morgan and Darby. Darby, you are bussing a table and providing coverage for Morgan. Morgan, you have approached these two adults of indeterminate age.
Hi, I'm Morgan Woodstock. You don't. You don't know me, I don't think. I'm new in town, and y'all looked really approachable. I felt like, I don't know, some sort of connection, some vibe over here, and I figured I could ask y'all some questions.
They're both put together very well, dressed very intentionally. Their coats are both hanging on a hook just to the side, kind of a fur-lined, like a fur-lined cloak and an overcoat. And like the outfits they're wearing are very, very intentional. They're probably the best dressed people in here. Just like maybe one notch below formal.
Business casual?
Traditional business. A lot of wool. The man and the woman both look at you. The man kind of nods with an earnest smile. And then the woman speaks. Oh. New to town, but not so new as you have already acquired your uniform.
So, yep. I'm gonna look at Darby. Yep.
Miss Woodstock, we need you in the
kitchen. Really quickly before I
go. I'm terribly sorry. You're new to town, but you're already enrolled in the school, and you work here.
New internship program.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh God.
Oh God. It's a new thing. We're exchange students.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's part of it.
From where?
Sweden, yes. Sweden. Yeah, in the middle part of it.
The central region is what we call it.
The man clears his throat, takes a sip of whatever like aperitif he's drinking, and recites something in, unless you know Swedish, a language you have never heard in your life.
I'm gonna just right.
Morgan, 2d6 plus cool, please.
7.
The man and the woman kind of exchange just the faintest hint of a glance. And the man says, well, I'm glad you've enjoyed the recitation. Very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too. Morgan Woodstock. I didn't get your name?
Wilbert and my wife Glinny. We are the Pelletiers. We live here.
Great. I was hoping I could ask you a question very quickly, and then I will bid you adieu, and you can have a wonderful evening.
Glinny kind of leans in just a half inch. We'd be more than happy to chat, but aren't you needed in the kitchen?
No.
Oh my god.
It's I can handle it. I'm good. I can take it all.
You got it, Darby.
Myself. I got
it. You got it, Darcy. You got it, Darcy. Okay, thank you, Darcy. Don't drop the plate. Okay, so I just want to know. I've heard some interesting things about town, and I wondered if you had seen anything strange.
What kind of things?
Potentially a lot of people making choices they wouldn't normally make. A lot of people acting out of character. Any sort of unusual behavior by the citizens of the town.
Manipulate someone. 2d6 plus charm.
9.
Morgan Woodstock of Sweden.
Yeah.
We're very happy that you are in our town. It is the energy of youth that keeps a place thriving. But the other thing that a place needs to thrive and to be a home is openness and earnestness.
Yeah.
You, for reasons I do not yet know, are interested in the well-being of our beloved town. And I would like to answer you that we may share an interest in the well-being of our beloved town. But in order for me to do that, I need something from you. Who are you really, and why are you here?
I'm part of the Somerville Sunflowers, and I'm on the traveling team.
And why has the traveling team been dispatched to our fair burg?
Because there was a report of people acting unusual, people making choices that they wouldn't normally make. They suspect vampirism. There, I've been honest with you.
So you have. Well, the vampires we know in town are causing no undue influence on their neighbors. The vampires we know are just trying to enjoy their years.
Thank you.
The vampires we know are similarly concerned.
So have you noticed anything interesting in town? Like what they blame you for?
The first person that has implied blame on us is you. But I have noticed what you suspect. We live on the top floor of this building, since it was constructed, in point of fact. And from our window, we can see the cars driving out on the main road to Waterville every day. There were less cars leaving town several days ago. More people are staying in town, refusing their commitments outside of town. This is a recent thing, past few days. My husband and I are concerned.
Okay. Then I am too. I'm going to look at her husband. By the way, I noticed the signs. My grandpa had a lot of that. I hope you feel better soon. And I'm going to walk off.
He nods, and you do.
Mindy, do you think it's
What?
go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, who has the traveling team platinum card? Because we should probably pay the check and get going.
Yeah, who's mission captain?
Andrew.
Andrew does. He pulls it from his vest pocket and kind of places it on the table.
It's so shiny. It like dents the table because this is just made of metal.
Yeah.
Like literal platinum.
Yeah, it's like a tungsten card. So yes, you settle up, and because Andrew is in charge, he leaves a tip much closer to what a group of adults would leave than a group of kids. And the 8 of you trundle out into the. It's at this point, it's no longer the golden hour; it's the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And you are full. Some of you have to-go containers, or some road coffee.
Darby's wet.
Yeah, I had to do a shift at the dishwasher when I got back.
Did, yes. It's something about the fact that you like walked into the kitchen with like a hotel tub full of plates, and you just someone just said, "All right, there you go," and you literally washed dishes for a while.
On my way out, can I send a mental message to the man in the corner that says, "I hope you feel better soon"?
2d6 plus weird. I'm going to give you a -1 because this is a very strong old brain.
A strong old brain. Well, I got a strong young brain. Let's see how it works. Oh, that's so good. That's okay. 8.
Okay.
Oh, -1. 7.
Mm-hmm.
You say that, and this part's a little strange. He's sitting and kind of looking into his aperitif, but his consciousness turns to face you. And he says, "My illness is new, and it scares me, but I thank you for your concern." And then kind of his consciousness turns back and settles into his body. And he and his wife exchange just the briefest look again, and they settle back into their evening drinks.
Ugh. Ugh.
Okay, team, huddle up.
Yeah.
I have information.
Okay.
Thank you for getting the food, Andrew. That's very nice of you.
I'm the captain.
Yeah, thanks, Captain. Sorry, I didn't mean to call a huddle when you're the captain.
Oh no, I'm so glad.
Okay. Folks, I don't think it's the vampires that are the problem here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be some new presence, something to do with people coming into town and not leaving.
A new vampire?
I knew something.
Aren't kind of maybe all vampires maybe a problem for the town?
No, I think that they've lived here for a very long time.
Mm.
I don't think that they're a problem. I don't think so. They seem pretty peaceful to me.
Until they're hungry. Like, remember when you were hungry and you were like, ah!
Yeah, and I'm still kind of, to be honest.
I hand Morgan a fistful of after dinner mints that I took.
Oh my god, thank you. Oh.
So maybe we should just try to go find an old Victorian house.
What?
Oh, do you remember a while back there was a person who came in looking maybe a bit shifty?
Oh, the really dramatic guy?
Yeah, the really dramatic guy got takeout and sort of whispered in a strange way to
you get takeout. Why don't we just ask for the address?
We could try and wait. Why would they take his address for takeout?
Well, I imagine you probably ordered online, like through Glubhub and.
Mindy, you already have their address, don't you?
I don't have an address, but I have sort of a vibe of where it is and what it looks like.
I can probably find it pretty fast.
Yeah, I bet Darby could because it's a black Victorian house with spires. So,
Well, that's got to stick out from the air.
I think so.
Darby, 2d6 plus sharp. I'll give you a +1 because aerial surveillance is very effective.
9.
There it is. Drawbacks, you get to choose one though. The resident of that house knows you're coming, or it is on the outskirts of town, isolated.
It's isolated.
Yeah, you kind of come up and you arc, and you kind of do concentric circles around the town, and then kind of on a hill overlooking the river and like the beautiful island park is this house kind of silhouetted against the night sky. It's Maine, not Somerville, so there are just so many more stars. And just the stars and the big full moon is enough to just cast this picture, this
Could stay up
cutout of a Victorian house against the night sky.
Hey.
Zlobs, I wish we had your truck right now. Then we could all just get in the truck and go to it.
Yeah, I'm getting kind of hungry. I have a microwave in there. We can get food.
But your truck's...
Slobs, we just ate dinner.
Yeah. That was like 30 minutes ago.
Why don't you eat your leftovers?
I was saving them for Morgan.
I ate them already.
Oh, no. That's why I can't eat the leftovers.
Well, I guess we could stop at the gas station and get supplies before we start our hike. What do you think, Andrew?
Sounds good. Gas station it is.
Oh, I can always hotwire a car.
Wonder if they have any crossbows at the gas station.
It has to be. It's Maine.
But you go to the gas station. There are various jerkies and crossbows, and cars that are mid repair, and comings and goings. It's kind of half gas station, half convenience store. It's on kind of the main north-south road.
If you see a car that is not that no one is in like the gas station idling the car, like it's out there and it's going to be all night, and you can't like ding it like you normally do, and we have to return it before the morning, then you can hotwire it.
Great. I hotwire the hearse.
2d6 plus sharp, please.
That is an 8.
Sure. Oh yes, this is perfect. You hotwire the hearse, and it's big enough for everybody.
And that's why it's like a limousine.
And it's it comes on. It's it was like in kind of on the side of the garage. It was covered in a tarp. Like you figured this would be a good one to take. You turn it on, and it kicks on, and you throw it into reverse, and you kind of back it out and drive it away towards this old Victorian. The bumper sticker on this hearse, because there is one, says Oak Lawn Bark, always Blittle League. The big dark door of that big black Victorian house swings open. That man strides in, his heavy, hard-soled shoes striking the old, broad boards of the floor of this place. He hangs his coat on on this kind of big ornate coat rack that looked like ravens' heads. And he sits at a great big slab of a lacquered black table. He rips open the bag, and the staple that was used to hold it shut kind of skitters across the table. And he takes out this styrofoam container and opens it up. And inside is a raw steak, slathered in garlic.